Hey, what's happening, guys? We are back with part 2 of the video on the LoRa modules and the Arduino. And we're going to have to change our plans just a little bit. It turns out somebody, the guy that needs new glasses, didn't look closely at the spec sheets, and they have a 3.6 volt max. So they are not 5 volt compatible, but no problem. What we'll do is we will change our transmitting unit over to this little mini Arduino 101. I think that's what it is. It's 3.3 volt logic. And we'll change our receiving unit over to this ESP32 with the built-in OLED. And hopefully that will change, or rather solve, our little voltage dilemma. So, one moment, and presto changeo. And there it is, all done. So here we have our transmitting unit. You can see we have the, I don't know if you can see that or not. Bring it in here a little bit. Yeah, there we go. RX and TX. Then going over here to RX and TX pins 3 and 4. We have our reset going to pin 13, and ground and power going to 3.3 volts and ground. Then for our receiving unit, pretty much the same thing. You can see I've run 3.3 volts of ground over to the rails where the board is hooked up there. Then we have TX and RX, and both of these are using pin 13 as the reset pin. Now all we have to do is go write some code. Alright, here is our code for the transmitting unit. And after doing a little bit of research into the simplest way that I can present this, instead of doing a counting thing, we're going to use an example from the Arduino library called Physical Pixel. So it is underneath the communications examples. And what the Physical Pixel does is it takes a serial input, either H or L, and turns the onboard LED on or off. So this is pretty simple. So let's get up to the code here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open our serial port at 9600 baud. Then we're going to wait 20 milliseconds. We're going to do that between each command. So our first command, we're going to send through the serial port as serial print AT plus reset \R\N. That will reset the LoRa device. The next one we're going to do is we are going to set the baud rate at which it's going to operate, and that's going to be the same baud rate we opened our serial port. Next, we're going to set the address, in this case 1. Remember, that is the unique one. And next we're going to set our network ID. In this case I chose 5. Then we're going to set our mode to 1, which is transmit and receive mode. We're going to set the center point of our band to 868,500. And we're going to set our parameter for the 3 kilometer or less. Then we're going to wait. Once that's done, we're just going to start sending the capital H and the capital L. And that should do it. Now we have to do the receiving units setup. Alright, here is the Physical Pixel example code, which I've modified with our LoRa stuff. Anyway, it just sets a constant integer for whatever your LED is on, and we set up an integer for incoming bytes so we can read the serial port. Next, we serial begin again at 9600 baud, and we set up our pin mode for output. Then we begin with our LoRa setup again. Oops. Hey, guess what? We don't need this line in there twice. It's live, YouTube folks. Well, it's live when I did this, so there can be mistakes. Anyway, again, we start with the reset, baud rate, and then our unique address. Remember, it needs to be different from the other one. So it is number 2. How do you set a unique address without it knowing? Well, you sneak up on it. That's how. That's just a small joke there. I know, very small, right? Our network ID remains the same. Mode the same. Very important that the frequency be the same. And then our parameter for 3 kilometer or less, also the same. Then here's the code that really does the magic. Not that there's any magic. If serial available is greater than 0, which means is there anything in the serial buffer? Then we read it. Incoming byte equals serial read. If it is a capital H, turn on the LED. Boom. If it is an L, turn off the LED. That's it. That's all there is to it. There's just a couple lines here. This is the setup part for the LoRa. And that's all there is to it. Now let's do it. All right, we've uploaded the codes to both of them. Let's power them up. First, our transmitting unit. And then our receiving unit, which I'm going to power off of this little power pack here, because I want to take it with me. I have to go get gas before I go to the job this morning, so I am going to take this with me in the car. It's about 1.5 miles, maybe a mile to the gas station. So I'm going to power this up. And if everything works right, we should get a flash. I think that turned off. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Very nice indeed. So there it is, sitting on the seat of my car. You can see we're still blinking away. And now, let's go get some gas. It is a rainy and cold day here. Well, it's not cold, it's warm, but it's wet. So we're off to the gas station. Okay, I'm about 3 blocks away, and I just looked and the light is out. And I thought, well, crap, that's not very much range at all. But then I looked at the power supply, and the power supply is off. Now that is probably a good thing, because that means that this unit, along with that little ESP32, is drawing less than the 50 milliamps that power bank requires to keep running. So we'll check it again when we get to the gas station, and I'll turn the power bank back on, and if it starts blinking again, then we know we've got a connection. Well, we're down here to the end of town. There's a gas station, but I'm not going to that one. No reason, just don't like that one. There is, down there, I don't know how well you can see it, that big factory. That is TIMET, Titanium Metals of Toronto. which is the only titanium processing plant in the United States. There is a titanium mill outside of Henderson, Nevada, where they mine the titanium that goes here. But that is the only reason this city really exists, is because titanium keeps it open. There are really no other businesses like that around that employ people with a serious working wage. Alright, now we're coming to the gas station. And like I said, we're about a mile from my house. Okay, good old BP. I like BP. British Petroleum. Alright. Let's see if we can't focus there. And we'll power the power bank back on. And look at that. Instant connection. Well, not instant. It took about a second, I guess. But that is definitely good news. So everything works. The LoRa works just fine. And I'm happy. So thanks for REYAX Technology for sending this out. Thanks to you guys for watching. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe. That's it. I'm out. Peace.